What's up, y'all? We just got the final two episodes of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and yo, this series is solid, yo. This is a straight 10 out of 10 if you ask me. I gotta be honest, man. Far as like the story, like as far as how it's written, this is probably the best Spider-Man animated series, man. Don't get me wrong, I love Spider-Man 98. I even love the Spectacular Spider-Man that came on, I believe it was UPN back in the day, UPN 27, at least where I stay. I love that show as well, but I feel like story-wise, this just took the cake. And when it comes down to the animation, I know some people may not rock with it. I know that. I myself was one of those people. I wasn't a fan of it. But the more and more I got involved in the story, the less and less I cared about the animation. And to me, it felt like the animation itself got better as the series progressed. At least that's just how I'm feeling. And with season 2 and season 3, which is already confirmed to be on the way, I imagine that they're going to go a little better and go all out with the animation. They just wanted to test the waters, see how it did, see how people feel about it. But I can't say anyone saying that this series wasn't good, especially story-wise for those who stuck and watched it all the way to the end. And this finale was just, it was beautiful, man. It was amazing. So many things left undone that I want to see tied up in the next episode. Well, I mean, the next season. I just can't wait for it. Not only that, I love the new Spider-Man suit that we see Peter in. I feel like it pays homage to the new generation Spider-Man fans as well as the old generation Spider-Man fans. It's like both of them entwined into one. You can see some parts of the old Spider-Man suit from back in the 70s, and then you can see some of the stuff that we got from Tom Holland in the new MCU Spider-Man outfit. I love how they did that. Not only that, I like how in this episode, or at least episode 9, how they showed parts and elements that reminded me of the actual Spider-Man comic. Because you have a scene right here where Spider-Man believes Lonnie died, and he thinks to himself like, "Yo, if I had stopped holding back against my opponents, something like this would have never happened." He thinks of the words that Norman Osborn said to him, like, "Yo, you hold back, but your opponents don't." And then you have it where Peter goes all out. He shows Scorpion what he's capable of. And I like that because it made me think of the Superior Iron Man series. I mean, not Superior Iron Man, but the Superior Spider-Man series, where Doc Ock was ill. He took over Peter's body, and he was fighting against the Scorpion as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Scorpion he was facing off against. And he punched Scorpion in the jaw, and it took Scorpion jaw clean off. And then that's when Dr. Octopus realized that Spider-Man was holding back this whole time. Every encounter he's ever had with Spider-Man, he was holding back. And I like how in this episode we got to see a similar version of Peter, where he stopped holding back and he went to take on his opponent, which was the Scorpion. Honestly, I like the way the Scorpion was in this series too. He was kind of ruthless, man. I mean, he had some moments where he kind of looked like a doofus, but for the most part, he was that guy. Even to the point where in this episode where Peter first encounters him, he starts having PTSD of the last battle they had, where he's like kind of hyperventilating and all that stuff. But it wasn't until he seen Lonnie in danger that he was like, "Yo, I got to get myself together." And then just Lonnie as well. He's probably one of my favorite characters in this series. Just seeing him going down the path to become the tombstone that we know in the original Spider-Man comics, man. And just how he didn't want to be this guy. He didn't want to be this guy at all, but he had no choice. He was kind of forced into this life, and just seeing him going down that path, I really like that as well about Lonnie's character. And then we see him kind of get exposed to this gas from Dr. Octopus, stuff that was seized by the police. And you see that that's actually altered his body chemistry, where he can, he is getting stronger. He's getting that unpenetrable skin. So, I mean, I think his growth and journey throughout this series was amazing as well. We also have it where Spider-Man makes up with, he makes up with Nico as well. And then you have it where Spider-Man's on the verge where he's about to kill the Scorpion, but it was Lonnie who stopped him from doing it, saying like, "Yo, you don't want to go down this path. These people look at you a certain way. You don't want to alter their image of you." And I don't know, I thought that was amazing that he was the criminal was the one who talked the hero out of becoming a villain. I don't know. I just thought that was really dope, man. But then we have it where we find out that Your boy Norman Osborn got some of Peter's blood. He started mixing the blood inside spiders, and then we have it where we go into our final episode where we find out Norman Osborn took all the interns' work and used it to make this gate. You have it where Doctor Strange comes and says like, yo, you don't need to open this gate up. But you have it where Norman Osborn doesn't want to listen to him, and he does it anyway. And then you have it where a symbiote comes through the portal, the same symbiote that we've seen in the first episode, and it starts fighting Spider-Man as well as Doctor Strange. You have this moment where Doctor Strange is trying to use the time stone, but the symbiote attacks him, and they end up going through a gate back in time. And it's crazy because they go back in time to the event, to the day from the very first episode where Peter gets bitten by a spider, which is insane. How Spider-Man created Spider-Man, that's insane to me. But you have it where Spider-Man gets knocked into the cages where all these animals are being held, hence one of the spiders with his blood, and that spider goes through that same portal which we seen in the first episode and bites Peter and turns him into Spider-Man. And it all takes place in this episode. So I like how this episode is intertwined with the very first episode. It's kind of like a time loop or a time paradox, whichever one you want to go by. And I think that's crazy how Spider-Man created himself with the help of Doctor Strange, even though Doctor Strange wasn't trying to do that. But you have it where Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, they work together in order to send the symbiote back to his home world. But a piece of it gets left off in our world, but no one notices. And you have it where Doctor Strange and Spider-Man pretty much defeat the symbiotes and they leave. You have it where Spider-Man's asking about, yo, can you see the future for me? Since you could go back in time, you should be able to go to the future. And then you have it where he tells him like, yo, I can't tell you that even if I knew, but just know I think you're prepared for it. And you have it where Norman Osborn finds that goop. So I'm looking forward to seeing Venom in either the second season or the third season. We also have it where Aunt May goes to prison, and you find out Peter's father is still in prison, but Peter isn't aware of it, and it seems as if he's still alive. So I want to see that as well. We have it where Lonnie becomes the leader of the 110. Now I will say that's probably my biggest gripe, is I wanted to see their interaction between Lonnie and Don, but maybe that's going to happen in the future season. But I wanted to see that interaction since Don chose to leave them and abandon them, and your boy Lonnie stayed there to help the rest of the 110 members. So I'm very curious how that turned out, as well as we see Nico using some of her powers to talk to her mother that passed away. And we also find out that one of the students that was in an intern with Peter turns out to be the daughter of Daredevil. So man, this season finale was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it start to finish. I'm pretty sure you guys did as well. But I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on this as a whole. Let me know down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.